Today we're talking about land breezes and sea breezes, or local wind patterns. In class today, or maybe yesterday, you did a lab where you investigated land and sea breezes, and you saw how differential heating of surfaces caused wind and caused these land and sea breezes. You had heated up sand and you heated up water, and you saw which one heated faster and why, and then you led that to investigate how these land breezes and sea breezes occur. So we're just going to talk about that today and make sure that you understand how this wind was created and why. So we're going to start with a picture. And my picture will be fairly simple. I'm going to make some land and some sea. So let me change color so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is going to be my land, and here is my sea. So here's my water here. Let me put maybe a little palm tree on here. Make it look nice and pretty. We're going to start with this being in the daytime. Okay, so we're going to start with it being in the daytime. So I'm going to put the sun shining. So during the daytime, what's going to heat faster, the land or the water? You learned this in your lab. The land is going to heat faster than the water. Why? Because the water circulates. So if you are going to heat a little bit of the water, chances are you're going to end up heating all the water, or most of the water, because it circulates. With the land, you can heat one layer of sand, and then the next layer gets heated next to the next layer. So you can get the top layer really hot, but it's a lot cooler underneath. You probably noticed that if you've gone to a beach. So during the daytime, the sun's shining. We know the land is going to heat faster than the water. What's the land going to do to the air right above it? It's going to heat it up. What does hot air do? It rises. If the air is rising, what pressure does that make at the surface? Okay, you should remember this. The air is rising, it's going to make low pressure. So I'm going to put an L for low pressure there. Where's the air cooler? It's cooler over the water. So the air is falling. If the air is falling, what pressure is that? High pressure. So I'm going to put an H there for high pressure. Wind always goes from areas of high pressure to low pressure, so I'm going to go like this. So we have wind blowing from the high pressure to low pressure, and then it's going to cycle this way. So we have a cell that's cycling through. So is this a land breeze or a sea breeze? Remember, wind is named by where it's coming from. So this is a sea breeze. It's coming from the sea onto the land. So now you think back in history, maybe 50 years or 100 years ago, nobody has air conditioning. It's a really, really hot summer day. Where do people go? They go to the beach. They're not going to the beach to play volleyball, look at the pretty girls, or anything like that. They're going because it's cooler at the beach. It might be 10 or 15 degrees cooler at the beach. And if it's 100 or 120 degrees outside, that's a big difference. It's cooler because you have the cool air from over the ocean blowing in to shore, and it makes it cooler. You see lots of people flying kites at the beach. Why do they fly kites at the beach? Because there's always a wind, okay, blowing in. So if you're flying a kite or you see somebody flying a kite at the beach, and they're standing, let's say the person is standing right here. Where would that kite be flying? Would it be flying over this way? There's your little kite. Or would the kite be flying over this way? The kite would be in this situation. Okay, the kite is blown that way. Let's say you go to the beach and it's a great day. You've had a great time on your vacation. You want to get your picture taken in front of the water, and you stand right here, and your friend's over by the palm tree trying to take your picture, but you have long hair. What does the hair do? It blows in front of your face, and you can't get a good picture because the hair is all blowing in front of your face. Okay, a lot of you have probably experienced this. It's all because of this differential heating. The land heated faster, caused the air to rise, cycle around, and make a sea breeze. Another thing that you might have seen if you've gone to the beach, maybe you've gone to Florida, gone to Hawaii, those are really good places for it to happen, is kind of in the afternoon, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock every day, you get a little thunderstorm pop up, a little thunder shower pop up and rain. Okay, and that should make sense too. Remember, when it's low pressure, air rises, it's taking in this humid air from the ocean, and by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's sucked in a lot of moisture from over the water, the air rises, and it makes this little pop-up thunderstorm. Rains a little bit, cools it down, kind of stops this motion, and then the clouds go away. So you'll have it. When I went to Hawaii, there was this little thunderstorm pop up every day, like 2 or 3 o'clock. It lasted kind of 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and it was done. And you just, kind of knew to expect it. It was going to happen every day. Some places I've even seen, like in Florida, on a really humid day over a big parking lot at a mall where it's like this black asphalt parking lot. Right above the parking lot, you'll see a little cloud forming. Because the air got so hot over the parking lot, it rose and it took this moist air in and made a little cloud. So you'll see that. Okay, so what do you want to write down for your blank for sea breeze? Now, here I kind of started it for you. I said during the day, land heats faster than water, causing air above the land to heat and rise, making low pressure. Cool air from above the sea then rushes in to replace the rising air. This is a sea breeze. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video maybe to finish writing that down. For the land breeze, it's really pretty much the opposite, right? So I'm going to erase this stuff really quickly here. Just get rid of all this while you're writing down, maybe if you haven't paused it. I'm going to leave my palm tree there, but I'm going to get rid of my sun. And this time, I'm going to make, oops. So I'm going to put a moon there. I'm going to put a moon here. A waxing crescent, by the way, if you remember that. So I'm going to put a moon. So which is going to cool faster, the land or the sea? And hopefully from your lab you know that the land is going to cool faster. The water retains the heat a lot better, again, because all the water is heated. So the land cools faster than the water, so the air above it is going to sink, making high pressure. The air over the water is warmer, so it is rising, making low pressure. Again, air goes from high to low, and we can complete the cycle around. So this would be called a land breeze. So at nighttime, it's a land breeze. The wind goes from the land to the ocean. So if you're flying your kite now is going to be flying over the ocean. If you want to get your picture taken in front of the water now, that's good. You're over here taking your picture and your hair is blowing away from you. It just cycles out. This happens every day in places along the coast, especially like Florida or Hawaii. Okay, so you can write your little definition for land breeze. So now you're just going to change a little bit. So at night, land cools faster than water. And I'm just going to let you finish this. So at night, land cools faster than the water, causing the air above the land to sink, making high pressure. The air above the water is warmer, so it causes the air to rise, making low pressure. Then the wind is going to go from high pressure to low pressure from the land to the water. Okay, so you can finish writing that down on your own. There's a couple pictures here, and you just see what we just drew. So really nothing different. this little animation you can watch that shows you your isobars with your pressure, showing this high pressure, low pressure, and the wind coming in. So it's during daytime, warm air rises, cool air falls, just to complete the cycle around. And that's it for our land breezes and sea breezes.